Chandra and me come from a corporate background. Seeing the stresses, seeing the confusion, seeing the issues that we generally have in the corporate world, meditation came in as a silver bullet to most of us. So definitely to me, I used to be a very excessive thinker, and that is where the solutions provided by meditation, the state that meditation gets us in, really helped. And that was really the path to my progress, my advancement within my corporate career at Cognizant. And then subsequently, the last 2 years, I've taken a break, I've taken a sabbatical and been doing full-time service with Pyramid Valley International, been a managing trustee there, while Chandra has been doing this Buddha CEO and helping spread meditation to a lot more people around the globe. And the wonderful part is there is no better person. To me, next to Brahmarshi Patriji, I see Chandra as the most ardent proponent of breath mindfulness meditation. And for both of us, one common thing is, as he mentioned, scientific temperament. To me, if someone tells me, okay, sit in meditation, watch your breath and all magic happens, I'm not the guy who used to take that, digest that. Right? So I used to read a lot of books, I used to experiment, and that was one common thing that attracted us to Brahmarshi Patriji. It was not just based on the foundation of philosophy. It was also based on what happens scientifically to our bodies, our minds, a lot of neuroscience techniques. And then that is what Chandra has packaged it and then covers this in this 40-day session.
Good morning, friends and masters. Welcome to the 4th week of the 40 days program. I'm Apurva Kondamutti from St. Louis, USA. I have been practicing this meditation from past 4 years. And since then, I have seen immense benefits and regularly practice this meditation. And after I saw this benefit, started the same, spreading this message with our friends and family and our community here in St. Louis. So it has been a wonderful journey. I'm enjoying doing this meditation and spreading and sharing the same with everyone. So this week, we'll be learning about the advanced meditation topics. And today we'll be learning about what is meditation and what is not meditation. So let me hand over to Chandra sir to continue the session. Over to you, sir.
Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Good afternoon, wonderful evening. Thank you, Apurva, for being the host. A wonderful teacher, very determined, committed. Young kids and a job and still wants to give her time for service to teach. It's absolutely possible if you believe so. One second, let me get something started here. Everything is possible if you believe so. If you think you can, you're right. And if you think you can't, you're still right. Henry Ford has been very, very successful, revolutionized the entire auto industry. They created the industry. Our meditation is making us very, very coherent in our mind. Coherency means that absolute focus Like when light is focused, and it gains so much power. A focused light is like a laser beam. Scattered light is like normal room light, where the light goes in all directions. Focused is all come together into one direction. You've seen the pointer presenters use in conference rooms. It's a laser beam. It requires a tiny, 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 tiny amount of voltage. But then it goes for 100 meters. If you take a light that is like a room, a 60-watt bulb, and you put that into a laser beam, then it has the power to cut steel. That's why laser is harmful to see through our fiber optic cables that go through our homes. There is a small beam of laser that is coming, carrying the data. And it's harmful to see, look into it. So they always try to seal it. Our mind also is becoming coherent like that. So then the coherent mind, where all frequencies are coming together, all parts of the mind are coming to the aligning. It produces an electromagnetic field, a coherent field. And what they've noticed is that this coherent field entrains, means it gets in sync with the global field, global electromagnetic field. There is an individual field that gets produced when you're focused. The field is always there, becomes coherent when you when you meditate, and then when the mind, all parts of the brain start working together. And then a coherent field, like a group of people wanting to mediate with another group of people, first they have to become coherent among themselves. They can't be arguing and fighting among themselves to go and then represent them with another group of people. So coherency in the mind, then it goes and then it entrains with a global field that is already there as coherent global field, the universal field. Pretty simple to understand. When you're coherent, it goes into the universal field to align with a frequency which we want to experience. Every experience we want to experience is a frequency, and then goes and finds that. And so then the global field seem to respond. That means the quantum field seem to respond back with what we are, respond back with that frequency to be brought into physicality in some way or the other. If we want to negotiate something, when we are a group of representing a community, we want to negotiate something, let's say with some bigger group, like maybe a government, maybe a company. For a moment, assume that there is order at that company level, because there is probably, they have some order, some rules. But when we go, we need to be coherent among 5 of us, not argue with each other, come coherent and say, hey, these are the 3 things we want. Agree to each other. That you have a stronger voice. Now it's pretty obvious. You go into the table of negotiation. And then if we are unified, and then our voice is, well, voice penetrates more into this governmental field or the organizational field. so then that responds back. So meditation, difference is creating coherent minds for things to make things happen. One part of the brain saying I can't do, another part of the brain saying that I wish to do, another part of the brain feeling sad or despair about how others are going forward, but I'm not able to go forward. All of them were there before meditation. With meditation, all of those settle down and we have something very, very coherent. There's only one direction. Yes, I wish to experience that. During this week, for the remaining 3 weeks, we will understand the concepts, a little more advanced concepts about meditation this week, and then about health and emotional intelligence next week, about relationship. The following week, again, more advanced concept of manifestation and spiritual quotient. Let's go into meditation once again, dear friends. After meditation, I'd like us to sort of differentiate between what is not meditation, what is meditation. Many people still continue to use, when you talk to them, I came from my marathon and that is kind of meditation for me. Every day I go on the day, and one day and 1 hour of beautiful walk, and that sort of helps as my meditation. So I must get clear of some of these things to say what is and what's not meditation. Those are not meditations. Those are being in great mindfulness of that activity. It's important we gain that clarity. I mean, yoga is not meditation. So we'll do some of that. Let's go into the session. We are practicing breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to be in an empty state of mind for as long as we can. And we do this by observing our normal, natural breath. For 3 weeks we practiced, we did an initial habit formation. The neuroscience, the brain is learning, it becomes a little easy to understand. Every time there is thought, we bring our attention back to the breath. But now in the second 3 weeks, we want to experience that, cement that process more. We revise some concepts so that the concepts that we have learned become more, stick more. So the process of breath mindfulness meditation is very, very easy. Welcome to anybody who is there new today. You're sitting down comfortably with your eyes closed. If you're wearing spectacles, remove them. Hands with fingers into fingers, rested in your lap comfortably. Crossing your feet at ankle, as you see in these pictures. And with your attention anywhere on your nose, observe your normal, natural breath. When you observe your breath, your mind slowly becomes empty. And as your mind is becoming empty, experience that emptiness. Be a witness to it. In case there is any sensation, energy, movement in your body, witness it. But any given time, if you know you're thinking or if you have thought, bring your attention back to the breath, dear friends. And again, observe the breath. Start again fresh. Again, go into the same empty states called breath mindfulness meditation. Before we do this, we're doing a process called heart elevation. Just follow my guidance for this. We explain this in detail on day 1 and day 2. Heart elevation process. moves us into heightened emotional states that help us to go into deeper states of breath mindfulness meditation. Relax yourself. Sit comfortably. Relax your body. Dear friends, with your specs removed, eyes closed, feet crossed at ankle, keep your hands on your chest area and your attention on your heart center. With a slow, long, relaxing breath, can you feel a beautiful heart? Feel the seat of all emotions. Nurturing and expanding and helping life thrive with its higher emotions and vibrations of love, compassion, gratitude. Can you recollect and experience from your past, from your present, where you felt enormous love, gratitude, compassion? Relive that moment and feel that energy. and allow yourself to direct that energy to everything and everybody. Can you intend to send that energy of love, compassion to all things and everybody to help them heal? Where your attention goes, there the energy flows. We are all deeply interconnected. Deep inside, we are specks of energy, intricately connected with each other. Love, gratitude are all the ways to experience this connection again. Feel. Allow yourself to experience the emptiness and blackness. All emptiness is energy. This is the quantum energy field of infinite possibilities, the field of intelligence. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness, this energy, the longer you stay connected to this emptiness, this blackness, the more you receive from it. Stay aware of that emptiness, that blackness inside of you, all around you. Allow yourself to merge into the emptiness of yourself. This is your divine self, that greater mind. Everything and everybody are connected in this field of energy. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness energy, the more whole you become. Friends, let's express gratitude to all things and everybody. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Express gratitude to your parents for giving us the connection into this universe. Be grateful to all your teachers and mentors for expanding our knowledge and wisdom. Your gratitude to everybody in your life, your family, friends, colleagues, relatives, for helping us learn so many things. Give thanks to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals, for filling our lives with beauty, energy, mystery, and more. Your gratitude to everything you use, the technology, the system, the companies, the governments, that make our life so comfortable in many, many ways. Gratitude to yourself for caring for you, caring for others. Gratitude to this intelligent universe, the quantum field, for helping us experience so much more in this life. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What have you experienced? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then you may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Hope you enjoyed the session. There are many meditation processes and techniques of people call meditations. There are always questions. I'm doing this practice. Should I keep it? Should I replace it with this meditation? So it's important to clear any myths around what we are calling meditation. What is and what is not meditation? We recommended a book called The Art and Science of Meditation by Dr. Newton. It's a wonderful book to read and then gain full clarity around this whole process. Meditation is not an intellectual process. It's not reasoning. So if I read something and I try to reason it out about a higher spiritual knowledge, so people call that having these discussions constantly and reasoning out what happens if I go into thoughtless state. Okay, thoughts are not there, so there may be, then there's no matter, there must be energy, or something that is not seen, because when I don't see myself, it's all reasoning. It's not an intellectual process to reason it out. It is experiential. It's not logic. Thinking and reasoning is totally different from meditation, where you drop that thinking, you drop the reasoning, and you are experiencing. It's an experiential understanding of that whole. Meditation is not concentration. A lot of times this is taken and said, yes, I am doing, my activity. If I count numbers from 1 to 1,000 and then reverse count them back, so it gives me, that's an activity to improve your concentration. Meditation develops concentration by itself is not concentration. Meditation is not concentration. Any work that is done repetitively can get us develop some concentration. So I'm concentrating on the breath. Oh, I'm concentrating on my cooking, so that's my meditation. It is not meditation. You got to empty your mind stuff. When I work, the whole day I've got for 1 hour, I have to go into the detail and then put all my focus in. Every day, go to the factory and I have to read all of this and focus all of that. So I have full concentration. That's my meditation is happening right there. That's not meditation. Your concentration will get you to do something. Your meditation to observe the breath, putting our attention on the breath, observing subtly is helping us let go of the breath itself. A concentration, on the other hand, is helping you to reveal something more about that object. Suppose there is a cup of coffee on the table, or there is food plate on the table, and then there is all kinds of items in it. A concentrated person will look into it and then starts knowing more. Okay, there is hot rice, there is buttered chapati, there are these 5 sabjis. Okay, seems like this is red color, so maybe there's got a little more spices out there. So the more you concentrate, the more things are revealed to you. But in meditation, we're not concentrating onto things. We are letting go of everything that we know. And concentration is revealed of things that are physical in nature that are telling you more about them. As meditation, when I'm subtly observing the breath, we subtly observe the breath, we are then that subtle observation of the breath helps us to forget the very fact of observing the breath, and so we let go of the breath. It happens automatically. And so then we forget ourselves completely. In concentration, you are in it. In meditation, you are out of it. We're talking this, we are on the 22nd day of this program. Easy to understand, but anybody, beginners, suggest you go into day 1 and day 2 of this program's masterclass to help understand the techniques that we talked about. So meditation is not an intellectual process, it's not concentration, it's not contemplation. So now this is another thing, very popularly misunderstood. I have my quiet time every day. I go into my quiet time and I just pull back everything that happened and I contemplate about life. What happened whole day yesterday, I contemplate on it and I look at notes. I have these things to be done, these things probably not helping me to do, I should remove them. So it's contemplation, but that's not meditation. You're still full of thought. Is that the contemplation is helping you step back a little bit and then look at what happened in your day's event, in your week's event, in a month's event, in a 3-month event, all things, and then you look and say, like, this is how I can go forward. It's like understanding us, it still has a great value, but it's still talking about where you are within this material life, this bodily life. It gives you a perspective and helps you to change course. Contemplation is a wonderful practice. It's a complementary practice to meditation, but this by itself is not meditation. Meditation requires us that we let go of every thought, every analysis. We require contemplation every now and then. It's great. It gives us the direction. Meditation gives us the direction. Contemplation gives us the direction. And you contemplate it once in 6 months, for example. And it happens, a lot of this we do when we relax. If we go into a vacation, in a holiday, sometimes we get the time to opportunity to pull back and step back and then see what's going on. And then something gets revealed, we change course. Contemplation is a great process to utilize every now and then, but then that same thing happens in meditation every day. When you meditate regularly, we step back from our life. And so we develop this awareness called metacognition capability. Contemplation is in similar capability. Every now and then you're stepping back and then trying to understand your limited self, the material experience. Whereas in meditation, you're stepping back and then you're experiencing and understanding everything that you've experienced from the past, present, future. So it's not contemplation. And someone says, my quiet time, and I think about what happened, and so it gives me fundamentally a way to go, they are contemplating, not meditating. We have to empty our mind. So then it goes without saying, the chanting of mantras is not meditation. I'm doing my japa, but I'm still focused, concentrated on that thing, that bead, one by one by one. That's not meditation. There are practices that can lead to a greater empty states of mind for greater meditation, but they're not by themselves meditations. It might have served us so far, but then if you want to seriously go into meditation, then we have to empty the stuff, empty the mind. No sounds in the mouth, no forms in the mind. In meditation, we sit down, we observe our breath, and breath will slowly go us into a formless thought state, soundless state, thoughtless state. No forms. We don't take any form and visualize, imagine on that form. We don't take a mantra, we don't put sounds into our mouth, all of them cease to exist. The whole idea of meditation is to withdraw from sensory perceptions. It doesn't make sense to keep more in our mind, in our thoughts, in our mind. Forms, sounds in the mouth. The chanting of mantras is not meditation, because we need to completely empty ourselves. So chanting of mantras, you are there. Somewhere as you chant mantras, you may go into a timeless state. If you by hearted the mantras, you probably will go into a timeless state. You don't know where you were, you would have finished it off before you realize. But that's becoming better and better at chanting mantras, not becoming better at yourself. How do I know? My problems remain problems. I keep chanting mantras, my problems remain problems. I still am getting swayed away by comments by people. I feel I'm getting completely regretting for losses I made, for the business losses I made, or poor decisions I took. All of these problems remain as they are. So then we understand that, okay, there is something else that needs to, the meditation is, and people say it gives solutions. It's not giving solutions, it's not. But mantra chanting is not meditation. So is the case with dear friends, prayer and worship. Worshipping, okay, so I love, it's a ritual, I love it. I love and I submit myself to be there. And I'm fully focused towards that thing, that idol, that statue, and then I'm giving so much of time of mind, so much of decoration, many things happen. I submit myself. Now, in prayer and worship, when we truly go into the surrender state where we empty ourselves to say that I am seeking the best guidance from you, and there are few people may go into an empty states of mind where they surrender completely into the consciousness, if they have the understanding that everything is me, everything is consciousness, and that's me. With that understanding, when you are worshipping something and you lose yourself in that process completely, forget yourself, not she or he and then me different. With that understanding and you're doing worshipping, then maybe you go into meditative states of emptying yourself. But otherwise, what most people do, prayer and say, okay, I go to this temple, let's practice and say, okay, please save me, forgive me, and then help me, give me. And all of that, where you see somebody external to you, and that somebody is far superior than you, and then external than you're not you. And so mind is full of thought and activity there. Meditation, most certainly, dear friends, is not yoga. The way we talk about yoga means, in many people talking about body yoga, hatha yoga. It's not that. There is Raj Yoga and yoga, which is the final state of yoga. It's called Raj Yoga, which is meditation, which is training of the mind to rest the mind completely. So the way that's being referred, yoga is meditation. It's not. I do my yoga, yes, I meditate. And some people do a little bit of meditation at the end of yoga. Now they do hatha yoga for, like, say, 45-minute session. 40 minutes I do hatha yoga. Last 5 minutes sit down and then try to observe the breath, I relax. They're not going to be observing the breath. But they've been told to completely relax. And then slowly, with your eyes closed, of course, your thoughts are coming down. But they do tiny bit of it. Rest of the 40 minutes gone and doing something else. We're not in meditation. The effect of meditation to empty the mind is far different from being with the body. And yoga, of course, will give flexibility and movement to the body. And the way we're talking about hatha yoga, flexibility and movement to the body. And then in the process of doing it in a very, very diligently, slowly, with close observation, it develops a lot of potential, it can develop concentration, mindfulness, and so there is some benefit of mind, of course. Mind becomes calmer, because if you are on a work with mind, in a relaxed posture, if you're trying to observe a set of activities regularly, so that develops some kind of focus and concentration. So you get some benefit of mind. You're doing yoga for an hour of yoga, relaxed state, and of course you are in a relaxed response. So the body is into a nice homeostasis mode, and so then it is operating greatly. It has an effect, it has a better effect, but meditation to empty ourselves so that we develop an observing capability of ourselves. We observe ourselves, metacognitions, we observe emotional state, observe our thought, our belief systems, we observe something more inner, that connection to everything. All of these are different layers of observation. They all happen when we empty ourselves. In yoga, when you're focused, we are focused on the bodily postures. We are there with it. As a mindfulness of body postures is yoga. Exercise, walking, of course, again, get us greatly fit. But they're not meditation because fully actually involved in that process. My gym, my weightlifting, my running, marathon, they're all of not meditations. And because what happens in marathon, for example, many people talk about this. Many leaders talk about, oh yeah, I do my, everyday long walk, every now and then I go for marathons, or this and that. My golf is my meditation. They're all mindfulness. We're greatly mindful of an activity. Some people say my music is my meditation. You're mindful, means you're fully there in that momently with that activity that you're doing, with no distraction whatsoever. Walk while walking, eat while eating. So you are in the marathon process, you're in the music, you are fully involved in it. So when you are fully involved in it, slowly what happens, you can lose yourself. You will slip out of this time and space concept. So in your music, you forget time. So that means you suddenly are producing music or singing or experiencing at a great level, potentially at the gamma level, the gamma state. And so you produce great music in that state. Because when you are mindful, when you lose time and space, that means suddenly the consciousness of the field took over you, and then it produces great music. You say, I don't even know how it came, but it came. I don't know how I spoke so much extemporaneously, but it all came because you're so passionately involved, you're mindfully involved in the talk, you let yourself be, surrender. And so suddenly something takes over. What takes over? The consciousness takes over. And so in that moment, you're giving the best. But that's giving best in that activity, not about entire life. That requires you to empty yourself. Is my music practice, is it helping me let go of my ego? Or is it music practice where I learn more music, I become more better, get expert, I'm becoming more egoistic? If that were to be meditation, then it will drop all ego, it will reduce our emotional, increase our emotional regulation significantly, increase our thought power. Many things happen. Music practice is increasing our ability. And when I'm doing my music and then I go lose myself, my music is getting better and better, but not other things, dear friends. All other problems remain. Because we're fundamentally not building awareness, we're not taking help from the quantum field about the rest of a part of life, everything of a life. That's meditation. Visualization, which is a concept we're going to talk about in week 6, where part of manifestation world, people do affirmations and visualization of a future experience, like this Sunday we did. That is not meditation. Again, when people say that's meditation, meditation is emptying the mind. Visualization is activity in the mind. Meditation means emptying the mind, so accessing the infinite field of the quantum field. So the anti-energy fields, accessing that energy field's power. Meditation is utilizing the mind power to complementary things. So when people tell, yes, I do my meditation, I've read the book of secret, I read this, and then so I've got a lot of intentions, and I've got Van Dyer, or many people have talked about intentions. I've read Louis A. affirmations are there. I do all of it, so I do my meditation. Friends, if you're doing affirmations, you are, of course, moving towards a greater life through right affirmations, but you're still not in touch with the quantum field of intelligence infinite to draw inspiration, receive assistance. So visualization is active mind process. Affirmations are active mind process and not meditations. I use the word meditation right now in this context is emptying the mind. It's not hypnosis. In hypnosis, people are in the control of somebody. In meditation, you are fully aware of yourself. You're not in control of anybody. You are with yourself. You're consciously aware of what's happening. In hypnosis, people, the subjects are not aware of what happens. Somebody else takes over, they ask you to do, you do it. In meditation, the process slowly builds awareness of yourself. You're experiencing that emptiness, you are experiencing wholeness, and then suddenly some experience comes, then you are able to observe that experience, which is tuning into different frequencies. You say, I've suddenly got this flash, I suddenly got this, that. Awareness is there, all of that comes, and then I write them down, so you take them as your messages. So two different things. Meditation is a self-driven process to let go of yourself to know more and attend to more of yourself. It's not just another relaxation technique. Of course, it gives great relaxation. But just to use it for relaxation would be like using it only the tail, playing with the tail of an elephant, not actually experiencing the elephant. It is a byproduct. Relaxation is a byproduct. Calmness is a byproduct. Being cool is a byproduct. They all are happening with meditation, but it's far more. It is by emptying, we are becoming the larger energy, that all-pervading energy. It's not a process to control the mind. It's a process to train the mind to think, become better, greater, become more aware. Not cutting down thoughts. We are gently letting them go by observing a breath. And so the thoughts disappear. And so then we slowly start training ourselves to be more aware of what's happening. Right? So the reference. Controlling the mind puts a lot of pressure on the mind. Oh, why is this thoughts happening? No, I have to do something. Meditation is fundamentally two things. One is the total cessation or ending of the restless thoughts of the mind. One side, we have talked about up to 90,000, up to 70,000 thoughts in a day, and 90% are negative and redundant. So many unwanted thoughts are there. And we want to make all of them disappear. So then the process we take is to observe the breath to empty the mind completely. So we clear the mind completely. And so in the process, with the process over a period of time, as meditation builds, when you clear the mind completely, it builds awareness. With the awareness, we stop firing, we stop recollecting the negative thoughts, we stay away from it. And so over a period of time, all this negativity, unwanted, redundant stuff disappears. It's called disengaging from the past. So one thing of meditation is to disengage from the past over a period of time by ending the restless thoughts of the mind. So one part, well, that's one benefit. The negativity drops, unwanted stuff drops over a period of time. Awareness develops, and we learn greater knowledge. then automatically you're applying the knowledge, you're reprogramming your mind, and so then you're able to lead a greater life with the concept of thoughts create reality. But the other thing that's happening is a gateway to connect with the intelligence. So this is what we're talking about, this quantum field of intelligence. Everything that exists is very intelligent, infinite, energy. So in meditation, when we end the thoughts, when we close our eyes and observe the breath, that we withdraw our senses inward, and then observe the breath, so let it completely empty the mind. When we empty the mind, when we withdraw senses inward, and when these two happened, then suddenly then we are with this entire intelligence or the energy field. We become the field, then we are receiving energy from the field, receiving information from the field. This is called accessing that infinite power. How do I know it? You will know when you are suddenly start having solutions to the problem, suddenly just like that. You will know where you feel your intuition is telling you a lot more strongly, take this approach, take that approach. You're no longer in doubt. Before meditation, you had a lot of doubt, confusion, but in meditation, things flow. The doubt doesn't come, it happens. You're suddenly seeing visions, flashes. You know that they're all your future creations. In many ways, this is connected to the intelligence surrounding us, dear friends. It's a process leading to being. Being state means, when I say be compassionate to somebody, that means when you're deciding about things, you not only take care of yourself, you're also with others. You are helping, you're ready to help others. Your compassionate means you're not using very tough words on them. You know that you don't want to hurt them. Compassionate means you want to help them in whichever way that's possible. Now it's an act before, like service is an act before. With meditation, you become. So initially, first you learn about service, then you do service, you go on doing the whole lifetime. Oh, service is a good thing, I'm doing it. Sometimes we drag ourselves because it's a painful thing, but I committed, I do it. Because it's an act, you're doing it all the time. Meditation lets you be. So the service no longer is something outside. You say, I love it, I do it because I really like to be there. So you automatically do it. You don't even think that I have to do service. Compassion is automatic to somebody else. The practice is no longer there. It becomes second nature for you. It's a being state. You become compassionate. You become loving. You are service-oriented because you are doing it to yourself. You understand it. Meditation, when you become the whole, then you know that it is for you. It's not for somebody else. When it is for you, you never think you're doing it, isn't it? You don't think that, when you go and eat food, it comes natural to I have to eat food because I'm hungry. It's not doing and eating food for myself. You don't separate yourself when you're eating. You don't separate yourself in helping yourself because you are in being state with yourself, but not being state with somebody and something. All of that becomes natural, dear friends. Meditation helps us to go into the being state. So this meditation that we're practicing simply is observing the breath, which leads to emptying the mind, and then we experience emptiness all around. That emptiness all around is energy, quantum field we talked about. And so that's all it is. We experience that whole emptiness and energy. When we are with it, that is intelligence, so then we receive from it. If I'm with a great business leader, I receive a lot of business knowledge. A great spiritual scientist, I receive a lot of spiritual knowledge. If I be the great quantum physicist, I receive a lot of quantum physics knowledge. Think of that way, that when we are with this emptiness all around, which is a quantum field of energy, then we receive a lot of information that is relevant to us based on our intentions. So we commonly added heart elevation process to it, that emptiness process, breath mindfulness meditation. We have an heart elevation process, we have a gratitude process at the end. So we combine this together as overall our meditation process. Every day we're doing it. There's a sloka in Bhagavad Gita, Indian scripture. I'll conclude with this. Tapasvibhyodiko yogi. Those of you who have not read these, not understood Sanskrit, difficult. But I just want to bring the meaning to you. Jnanibhyopi mathodikaha karma bhischadiko yogi tasmad yogi bhavarchuna. It's a very, very powerful sloka. I've understood that many things are there that I can practice. But what can be more beneficial? Tapasvi jnani karma yogi, karmebhyaschadiko, karmebhya, karma, action, tapasvi. Somebody, and then tapasvi means somebody who is the ascetic, ascetic means somebody who is giving up things. I reduce the needs of my body. I eat less, I think less, I sleep less, and slowly, everything is less and less. Tapaha, tapasvi means somebody who is ascetic, who is becoming less and less in the material need. Jnani means somebody is learning and knowing more and more. Karmabhyaha means somebody who is doing ritualistic, who is doing actions, a lot of actions I do. Puja, mantra, japa, yoga, many things I do, many actions I do. Karmabhya. Jnani means I read a lot. Tapasvi means I'm reducing the body needs. I'm doing more fastings and more this and that. But Gita says, one of the greatest spiritual scriptures says, a yogi is one who is chitta vritti nirodha, somebody who is reducing the mind stuff, emptying the mind stuff. Yogi, or the meditator, is adhikaha, and adhikaha means somebody is more superior than all of these three. I become ascetic, I reduce all the body needs so that, I can slowly realize my higher self. That is one activity you can do. Or I go on reading about this greater wisdom, about everything, and then so that is the second thing I can do. It's called Dhyana Yogam. Then I can do the third thing, is that I can go on doing a lot of activities, the rituals, and performing many things. In pursuit of that, I can do. But it says, the yoga, meditation is adhikaha, is superior. In all of these that you do, but start with yoga. And then yoga, then combined with all of them, then it'll start becoming more sense. That's what this sloka is saying. Tasmad yogi bhava Arjuna means, Arjuna, you can do many things, but then become a yogi immediately. And then with that state, then everything else will be revealed unto you. And so you become a great karma yogi, you become a great jnana yogi, many things will happen. But the important that you do this simple practice of meditation. Thank you very much, dear friends. To understand this concept of what is and not meditation. And everything that are there, I have value and benefit. Everything has a benefit, everything has its place. The more you understand, the more you look at and say, what will I take out and what will I add? If something has served me so far, great. Now it no longer serves me, or now something else is serving me a lot more, I add that more to me. And it's just like that. I knew one way of making sambar, but then now I know a different recipe which is far tastier. Then of course I'll make more like that. It's like that you replace something with a higher process that you feel is serving you a lot more. That's how meditation has to be seen, dear friends. Apurva, any announcements?
Yes, sir. We have 2 announcements, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
So friends, today we have a book club and the book is Art and Science of Meditation. So we have 2 sessions, morning 8:15 to 9:15 IST and in the evening from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST. So you can join either of the sessions at your comfort. So please do join and take the wisdom from the book club. And also self-assessment form 2 has been sent to your email IDs and also in the WhatsApp group. So please check and take some few minutes to fill the form. So it's a good idea to do a self-check about your journey from the past 3 weeks. If you notice some changes or benefits, so try to fill it. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you all. So we'll have an interaction shortly after a short break. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I know the light of love is shining in my eyes. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Yes, I am. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I know the light of love is shining in my eyes. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. A little bit.
Hey.
Sir?
Yep. Let's take Q&A, yes?
Yes, sir.
I-
Okay, sir. Ashok Mittal, sir, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you, Apurva madam. Thank you, Chandra sir. Thank you so much. What Chandra sir you have told, I can appreciate very well. And I'm also attending this book club, where book is being discussed, Art and Science of Meditation. So I wanted to share what happened today. I was feeling a lot of pain in my right wrist of my hand. So what I did, I was listening to your guidance, your music also, and I held it and focused my concentration on my wrist, pain on my wrist. So what happened slowly, I stopped listening your guidance, sir, and I stopped listening the music also. But I am pretty sure I was not sleeping this today. So when the meditation, this process was over, I was not aware, sir. When this was over, suddenly I started listening your voice, sir, and then I thought, oh, process is over, so I came out of this. Now the after effect was that my pain has got substantially reduced, and even I felt relaxation in my body. So whether I was in a meditative state or not a meditative state, this is my first question. And secondly, sir, I want to know, for example, yesterday I was attending that session of family constellation given by Rajshekhar sir. So there also he said that it's a meditative process, and I was trying to connect with my family tree, my ancestors. And thirdly, that we call it a mind breath mindfulness meditation. We call it heartfulness meditation, and we say that heart is also a tiny brain. Our heart has also tiny brain. It fires neurons, And we also say that the brain and heart are hardwares, and the feelings are software, or the memories are software. So my basic question is whether I don't want to draw a line between theory and practice, sir. What I experienced, I did not experience the thoughtlessness, but I definitely experienced the lot of relief in my body, in the pains. So just I want for clarity only, sir. But what you have told, sir, I can appreciate it and I can understand it, sir.
Yes. What we are saying is, when we're using the word meditation, is to be in an empty state of mind, void of any thoughts and intentions, and go into the empty state, so that then you are connecting to the whole field without being an observer there. We have an intention, you are observing something. So a true meditation is to drop everything about you and then go there into that thoughtless state. And so then you are not observing, you're not manipulating, not changing anything. And so then you're receiving without any hindrance frequencies. That's the idea. Now, what in your case today, you've gone is to put your attention onto your, I think you said some leg or whatever, right? So
Wrist, sir. This right hand.
attention onto the wrist. So where you place your attention, there you place your energy. And so then you naturally go there to heal. When energy goes there, the body part can heal itself for a period of time. Okay. So you may be doing a healing process to your wrist, but directing your attention and energy onto it. Okay. Now, initially the energy is through your thought, and then as you forget, as the environment is very conducive, here, you are in this very, very relaxed environment with some music in the background, all of that. So you forget yourself, you lost yourself. So then you're taken over by this consciousness to supply its own energy towards, because your intention was to put energy onto that thing. Okay. So that's what happened in today's case, is how I would explain that you have a great mindfulness of passing energy to your hand or wrist, and so then it must see a greater benefit of healing. Okay. So that's that process. Now, whether you want to call and use the word meditation for it, it's okay. I just gone to a healing meditation. I've gone to a constellation meditation. I've gone to a manifestation meditation. They're all words ultimately get used up around that. Okay. So we do process and a heart elevation meditation. We do a process of heart elevation. I'm doing it. So use the word process and meditation. It's difficult. But when, so now you get it. The heart elevation process. Can we call, okay, I'm doing a heart meditation. Heartfulness meditation is slightly different. Then they're trying to, from there, you connect some to the source. Okay. Brahmakumara's meditation, Raja Yoga, is something else. You're trying to connect to that source, whoever is that guru. So they all are different acts they call, they all are doing certain process, but ultimately if it leads towards, with no intention, emptying yourself, then you have the best shot of connecting to the field, unbiased, and then receiving everything that is necessary for us. Right. If you are biased as an observer with an intention, then you receive that. So both are necessary at different stages of life. But the Ana-Pana-Sati meditation is getting you into an empty state without any bias. That's all it is. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Mini ma'am, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, now I can do. Thank you, Chandra sir, for the session, and thank you, Purva ji. Sir, I'm still a little confused about this focus and meditation. When we say like when thoughts keep coming, we should keep coming back to our breath. And I also understand it takes time focusing on the breath and then start witnessing the breath. But to me, even if I am witnessing something, I am focusing on that. Or should I understand that we are still not meditating, even when we are focusing? I do get all the energy, I have different experiences, but this is still not the meditation we're talking about.
Yes, so that's the way to go there. The meditation process is to observe the breath. Now, what happens? Yes, you're right. And observing the breath, I've got some attention on it, so I've got some level of focus on it. But the beauty of this process is that when you are with it, very soon, as the body requires less and less energy, your breath becomes shorter and shorter, lighter and lighter, because we are fundamentally withdrawing our sensory perceptions, and many things are not there. And so the body requires less energy, breath becomes lighter, shorter. Unlike another case where breath, anything that you put your attention to, it grows. But here, when you put subtle observation, your breath is diminishing.
Yeah.
And it's linked to the body's requirement. And so it is diminishing, and you're trying to attend to something that is diminishing. And you will soon be in a state to not find the breath, or you will soon be in a state where you don't even realize you're observing the breath and you've forgotten the breath. The other side of why it has this magical effect is because breath is there with us all the time, but we're not aware of it. So we have the natural tendency to let go of it because it's there with us forever. We're not in with it. So because of that nature that we don't even aware whether it's there, we have natural tendency to forget it. And then as we are with our eyes closed, you're withdrawing senses inward, and so then body requirements are less, so breath is lighter. So with this combination, even though you're starting to attend to breath and focus observe the breath, but you actually breath, either breath is not there to observe anything, and so you're in an empty state at that point, or you've forgotten observing the breath, and so then you automatically are into an alternate state, which is either thoughtful or thoughtless. If you're thoughtful, you're thinking. If thoughtless, then by then you are in an alternate state of thoughtlessness. You're not aware of it.
But then
So the point I'm saying is you are forgetting about this very act of observing the breath very soon.
But then we say these are all meditation experiences, feeling a lot of energy, which I always do. So if I'm not completely empty, my mind is not completely empty, how I am having these experiences?
Okay. So as we go into the empty states, then we are letting go of the material experience. The physical body is slowly going away. Appearance of the body, the experience of the body is going away. And so then if the body is going away, then what is there to experience?
Nothing.
Yeah, the nothingness is, in quantum physics terms, is all energy. The nothingness is full of frequency, information, energy. Emptiness is all energy. Okay, so that thing is experienced we start experiencing that at that moment. When physical body experience is disappearing, then we start experiencing that as that, whether it's emptiness or nothingness, energy is what we experience. So nothingness, what you said, is what we are talking about potentially as blackness, emptiness. What is the characteristic? Nothing around you. Many people do that. Then that nothingness is energy everywhere. And so then you're feeling some kind of weird sensation, movement, and it's energy. So you're experiencing it in some form related to your physical, the way you understood it in physically speaking. Physically, you're told energy means some electric current. So it experiences, then you start interpreting at some point, you're trying to understand that, oh, this is energy. This is something more is happening beyond my physical senses. Let's put it that way. Given the word energy, something more beyond a physical sensory that I'm experiencing. That much we know. right? That much you know. But you don't feel your body yet there, you don't feel your physical organs there, but you know something is happening. If physical body is felt, that means you're in the body, you're already with your sensory perception. But if physical body is not there, you are aware. There is something called awareness. Awareness is you are, right now I will close my eyes. I know that there is something around right side to me, somewhere there's a wall is there. There is, I don't touch, I don't see, but then I know there is something out there, awareness. So that is awareness is what is helping us to recognize that we are going through an experience. That awareness is outside the physical body, it's in the field. That's what we call our soul or the consciousness that is observing us.
So is that like the first step going into meditation, that we are going in that direction, but we are not fully there?
We are going in the direction to become that awareness. So that happens when we slowly let go of our body. Awareness of the physical body is gone, then we start experiencing everything that out there. And so which is what is telling us when you come out, something good happened, something that you never thought of, will experience, some kind of a astral travel or some kind of outer planetary travel, which you wouldn't have ever thought about. They're all are being experienced because you are now experiencing many realities in the quantum field. Okay.
I have one more question, which is not related to this class. Do we have time? Can I ask?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. So I've been practicing meditation for 2.5 years, and I usually get up like in the morning around 4 or sometimes 3:30, because to me, that is the best time for me to do meditation. And I know by that time I don't have enough sleep, but whenever I do meditation, it's usually hour and a half. After that, like a lot of people say, they feel energized, they feel very relaxed. But and usually I feel a lot of energy, I want to go to bed right away, always. And that is my best sleep. In 2 hours I get after that. And in that sleep, I have seen some of my past life too, some of, these things, but I really want to go to sleep and enjoy that sleep after meditation. So is there any link or?
No link. You are in your own control with meditation. So if you want to sleep, you can sleep. Right, that's what is to me. You're finishing meditation and then you are saying that you go to sleep and get great sleep.
Yeah.
So we become the master of our body through our mind. And so then we can put ourselves to sleep. I guess that's probably what is happening for you. I also will sleep a lot of times. So there's no link though.
Okay.
We experience the deep sleep because meditation by default keeps you in a lower thought states. Right? Meditation keeps you in lower thought states. A long-term meditator is generally has got less and less thoughts and mostly hovering in the alpha states. And so from there, slipping into the deeper states of sleep are very quick. The bulk of the thoughts are in that high beta, that stressful states, that's where it takes time to clear them and come back and clear them, come back and clear them. So it takes time to get into a deeper sleep. A meditator takes very less time to go into the deeper sleep.
Okay.
Sure.
Because I always go to deeper sleep after meditation.
What's that?
I always go to deeper sleep after meditation.
Because anyway, meditation is taking you into an already very low, sleepy states of thought brainwaves, right?
Yeah.
And so you're almost there. The end of meditation, almost there. So you can use to go to sleep, or sometimes it is consciously aware state. In the consciously aware state, then you're actively tuned into the things. How long have you been practicing the meditation for?
2.5 years. I started in 2021. And I've been doing it consistently. I tried so many methods, couldn't stick to any one of them, but this is the one that, and if I think I might have missed 3-4 times. That's it.
If you don't want to sleep at the end of meditation, all you have to do is to make a better intention.
Okay.
If you like the sleep and so you're going into sleep, and so that's the thing. Maybe you're already instructing yourself, okay, now I'm going to get great sleep, I'll sleep. But if you don't want, then you can make a greater intention to yourself and say, hey, end of meditation, I'm going to be using that great time for my reading, my writing, or no, my doing the most important project. I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Make the affirmations and intentions to yourself and see what happens. It's got to change.
Okay. Because I will talk about something later, not right now. I had a phobia of something, and then when I went to sleep, that was my previous life. And after that, I've seen how it got resolved. I mean, maybe by end of this class, I want to see more result, and then I will share that, how that happened.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all, dear friends. We will meet again tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're my life, you're my breath, you're a smile, you're my guest. You're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you are love. You're my hands, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug. You're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you are fun. You're my mom, you are water, you're the stars, you're my daughter. You're my friend till the end, you're my dreams, you're my father. You're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround. I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere in the clouds. You're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're my hope for tomorrow. You're the strength when I'm hollow, you're the path that I follow. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss. The gift to realize that everything
all that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all, for it all. Grateful for it
You're the blessings every time I try to count. You're the lessons that I learn every time I turn around. You're the water when I'm burned every time I think I found.
Thank you, friends. We'll see you all tomorrow at the same time. Thank you.